This is not the beginning. It's the end.
We are back with another season of Survivor Whispers the Game. This time we are doing Rivals 2, Colro Island. And Rivals 1 did so well, we thought we'd bring it back and add a little part to it that came from another season that did real well. The Survivor Whispers the Game 1, when we had 3 captains pick their own tribes. So we did that again. Of course, that kind of backfired on the captains a little bit because had a little twist there where they didn't actually get those players, except for the one protected player they were guaranteed to get. They did get them. So anyway, we have our captains, Steve, Kenny, Corey, and Dalton, and they have their protected players with them, but the rest of their tribe turned out a little differently. And we also have 2 tribes at each camp. So what's going to be the deal with that? You'll find out more about that this week. But for right now, let's get to the players and the cast assessment. Let's start off with Jenna Knight. Jenna is sort of an unknown to most of the players. I look for her to probably be a pretty decent player. I think it's probably going to hurt her that the other players are going to have so many questions about her as far as like who she is, or is she an ex-player, because all these questions start flying around and normally it can hurt a player. So unless she figures out how to deal with that in a positive way, she's probably not going to do too good. But I think she's got the potential to do good if she does figure out what to do about that. We have Michael Donnelly back again. Michael, he's a better than average player. He's decent at challenges. It sort of hurts him at times because of his job taking him away sometimes during a challenge. But he does make a very, very hard effort to be there, and I know he likes playing these games. And he's the type of player that he's rubbed some people the wrong way before. And I think that probably still hurts him. I don't know if he can come out of that. He's got the ability to make the merge and be on the jury, but I don't see him winning this game. You got Daniel Jeffrey Sykes, and Daniel took the same approach that another Daniel took a few seasons ago, Daniel Vollmer, and tried to come out and be Mr. Evil, Mr. Villain, and get everyone mad at him and have a lot of fun with it. The problem with that is you do have a lot of fun with it, but the players get the last laugh, and usually you're sent packing very, very early. I think you found out what the players thought about you as being the last player chosen in the draft. So can you turn this around and make it work for you? Possibly. I don't see you making the merge. Luke Everett. Luke has lots of experience. He's a very creative player. He knows the game inside and out. Knows a lot of the other players. Last time he played, he proved that he had improved in his challenge skills. So he's rounding more into form as a full, complete player. He is a definite threat to go all the way. He's very loyal in his alliance. And I think we're going to have good things from Luke this season. Kate Drake. Kate was Dalton's protected pick. She is a very good player. She's a loyal player. If she's in the alliance with you, she's good at challenges. She has almost gotten there before, and was just a stone's throw away from it. And I think she's still trying to get back to that. She is very loyal in her alliance, and she's not afraid to make moves. If she's always looking down the road, a move or two ahead, and she's not afraid to pull the trigger on something. So I wouldn't be surprised at all to see her still trying to get to the finals when we get down to the last 4 or 5 players. Peggy Ann. Peggy is a newcomer. She had some personal things happen to her recently, and she wasn't able to really dig in and get involved until a day or two ago. I think players are seeing that she's a nice person and will probably be valuable in a numbers alliance. I have no idea about her challenge skills, whether she'll be good, bad, or anything in challenges. Usually first-time players like this, it's hard for them to make the merge, and if they do, they usually leave right after the merge. I think that's probably where she'll end up, but she could surprise some people. Ryan O. Let me see. I'm going to try to attempt this last name. Olsick? How about that? Am I close? Ryan has played once before. Pretty much just had to drink a cup of coffee and was gone. I think he sort of was targeted because of a friendship with someone on the Dream Team that season. Players just look for reasons to get rid of other players, and that was something I think that was talked about. Ryan's probably going to be better than average at challenges. He's the type that will call you out. He is not afraid of a confrontation, and that can work for you or it can work against you. We'll just have to see if he even plays that type of game. But I would not be surprised at all to see him make the jury. Jesse Camacho. Jesse has been there before. He's made the finals before. He knows how to get there. And that last time he played, he proved by stabbing his closest ally in the back to get to the finals that he plays to win. He's super, super nice, decent at challenges, but not what I would consider a really challenge threat. But he's good socially, and usually his word is good to you, unless it comes down to him or you at the end. So if you're with him and you're looking at the final 3 or 4, don't forget that. He's going to play to win. I wouldn't be surprised to see him at the end. I think he would probably be very, very good answering jury questions. He was the last time. And he should probably have another good year. Clary Daradal. Claire is probably the hottie of the season. She can play the flirt card with the best of them. Her first time out, she was more of this is just fun and getting to know people, and everyone loved her. And then the next time out, she decided, I think I'm going to play and make some moves. And she started cutting loose her closest allies. And I think it got to feeling good to her, and she forgot that other players can get you back for taking out their allies. So can she put her experience from Season 1 and Season 2 together? And if she can, she could be a huge threat, because if she makes it to the end, she's going to probably be very, very popular with the fans and very, very popular with the jury. So she is a definite threat to get there. That leaves the protected pick from Corey Wood, Cody Kirby. Cody was one of the better newbie players last season. He proved that he will not go down without a fight. The night it was his turn to leave, everyone pretty much knew he was leaving, and the way Tribal Council went that night, everyone started wondering, has this guy saved himself? Because he really, really went after it. He's very good at challenges, very smart, super nice guy, and a loyal player. So, that keeps coming up when you're hearing about the better players. Loyal players usually do better in these games. Those that just want to go out and stab each other for the fun of it and screw people over, you don't usually win these games. In fact, I don't think we've never had a winner like that. So, Cody, with his style of play and his likability, he's a definite threat to win this season. Now, the two captains from that tribe, first of all, we got Corey Wood. Corey was a first-time player last year, and he sort of started out like, who was it this year? Daniel Sykes. He started out like that last year. He was having fun being a villain, making fun of people, cracking jokes. And he saw it starting to catch up to him, and he saw the numbers starting to grow against him, and he cooled it down. He backed it off. He knew when to cut it out. And then he just started building a better alliance, and the guy ended up having a really, really good season and was asked back as a captain. I think he's out to prove a point this year. I don't think you're going to see the old villain that's trying to make fun of people. I think you're going to see a guy that's on a mission and wants to win this game. And if he can get there with his numbers, he'd have a really good shot at it. The other captain over here is Dalton Beasley, another one of those guys that seem to like being a villain, cracking jokes, and maybe even carrying it a little further than cracking jokes. I mean, laying out huge personal insults. And the difference between him and Corey, Dalton was not able to just kind of stop it and cool it. He's very easily manipulated into these confrontations. And if he has not corrected that problem, he'll leave before the jury starts this season. If he comes in with a better attitude and doesn't let himself get involved in that, he could be a very big threat to win this thing, because as far as survivor challenges goes, the survivor-based challenges, he's probably the best player in this season on those types of challenges. And can he get an alliance that will stick with him and believe in him, and he won't draw unneeded attention to them with his mouth? That's going to be the whole key for him. If he can figure out how to correct that problem, he's got a very decent shot at going a long way. Okay, let's move on to the other two tribes and the other two captains. Christina April is also a newbie. It's her first time playing. She seems to be getting along with people. I think she's going to have the same problem that most of the newbies have their first time playing. It's easier to vote out somebody new. You got these vets that are used to playing together. They know each other. They don't know a whole lot about the newbies. unless you can find a vet who likes to have an alliance with a lot of newbies where he or she is the only vet. So I think Christina's probably going to have a problem in the fact that she's just a newbie and there's not a lot known about her. So I don't look for her to go that far. If she does, great. But I think she's got her work cut out for her. Rick Rose. Rick has a friend in this game. I think he joined Whispers just to play this game. So it'll be interesting to see how he can survive in this game away from his friend or his main ally. So I think, again, same thing like with Christina. He's going to have his work cut out for him, being a newbie. And there's a lot of experience on this tribe that he's on. So it's going to be tough. Austin Buist. Austin is a really good player. He's good at challenges. He's played 2 straight seasons. He almost got to the end last time. He basically just folded his cards and said, "You two deserve to go, and I don't." I hope if he gets that far again this time, he won't do that again. He's probably too nice for his own good. It's hard for a player like that to win these games. So hopefully he's going to come back this time with a little bit of a mean streak, and or maybe a little chip on his shoulder. And if he does, he could be a threat to win the thing. Tom Bouchard. We're going to have to see if Tom is going to prefer to play the game and further himself in the game or make commercials. The commercials are funny, but I think it's just another way that he thinks he can be friends with these players like this. But you didn't have everyone on that commercial, and some got more time than others. So I think you're setting yourself up for failure if you keep doing that. He's a lot better at challenges than players know. He's a loyal player. I don't think he's afraid to make a move. And if he could put it all together and be there at the end, he could be a definite threat to win it. The protected pick from Kenny Ellis was Nathan Chin. I think the reason he did that was so they could compare Kool-Aid recipes. I mean, they're both known for loving to dish out Kool-Aid and making fools out of players. I think it's about caught up with Kenny. And Nathan somehow has managed to dodge being labeled like that, even though he's just as bad, maybe worse than Kenny. So I think Nathan's going to have a tough road to get there. He could do it. He's good at challenges. He's loyal to nobody but Nathan. So, but he has this uncanny ability to make you think he's with you and only you. But of course, there's like 8 others that he tells that to. So I don't know. It's going to be tough for him. But if anybody could pull it off, he could. Michael Milne, again, another newcomer, first-time player. Maybe one of the better first-time players I think we're going to have. I think he got in late, but I think he'll probably do pretty good. I think he's got a chance to make the merge, maybe make the jury. I don't think he'll win, but if he gets in with the right people, he could go pretty far. Another first-time player, Kyra Horn. See there, I got that name right, didn't I? This is another one that could surprise some people. She's probably going to be fair to average in challenges, but she's going to be probably a really good information gatherer. I think she reads people really well. I think she can probably tell if you are lying to her, so players beware about that. She's probably going to be good to have in your alliance. She's going to be loyal to you, and I don't think she'll be scared to make a move. So a player like that can be dangerous. She reminds me a little bit of Amanda 2 seasons ago, but I think she's going to be better socially than she was. So she might be a player to watch. Janet Mead. Janet has played twice. She's been to the finals. She's been the mayor of the jury. Her biggest problem is always that she's too nice. She's she so far has just been too nice for these games. She's very loyal. She was loyal to a fault by giving Kenny her hidden immunity idol, and then, of course, Kenny just put it in his pocket with his cocky self and left with it. He got voted out with her idol. I don't think she'll make that mistake again, even though she did make it a couple of times that season. She had given it to him before, and he gave it back to her, and damn if she didn't give it to him again. So who knows with Janet. If she plays like that again, she's not going to win again. She is going to have to find a way to get a toughness streak or a mean streak and make a move here or there, and don't just ride an alliance and not make waves, and then all of a sudden you're looking up again and wondering, well, why didn't I win? Michelle Wood Boland. Michelle is last season's champion, yet none of the 4 captains made her their protected pick. Things that make you go, why? Why would a captain not pick a champion to be with them? Why would Steve not pick her? He was on the dream team. He saw how she did this, and yet he picked a player that's known for popping off his mouth and getting in trouble. Kenny. I mean, if anyone's ever gulped down Kenny Kool-Aid, it was Michelle. Why didn't Kenny take her? Well, it makes sense. He don't have to have her because he's got her in his pocket anyway, no matter where she is. Corey Wood. Why didn't Corey take her? Maybe Corey was a little threatened by her because Corey played on that season that Michelle won. Maybe he figures she's too smart to be in an alliance with. She could figure him out. Why wouldn't Dalton pick her? Well, I think if I'm not mistaken, maybe Dalton did pick her, and he didn't end up with her. Yeah, he had her and Janet. So Dalton was smart enough to try to get her. Anyway, I don't understand captains passing up the opportunity to have a champion in their alliance, in their tribe. She's good at challenges. She's a good social player. She tends to drink a lot of Kool-Aid and believe a lot of crap, and then it takes her a week or two to figure it out, but then she does correct it. Could she win again? If she gets there again and it's against the right person, yeah. So the old argument that players wouldn't let someone win for a second time, I don't believe that if the circumstances were right. So she's still a threat. She could still win again, or she could leave very early. The protected pick that Steve took was Tim Gross. Tim's played a number of times. I don't even want to try to count the times he's played, and it's always the same. He's fantastic at challenges, and he always just blows people away early in the season with challenge wins to where everyone looks around and says, that guy's a threat. He needs to go. And you can tell him that, and you can bang his head on the wall where the wall says, stop winning challenges. No champion has ever been the challenge demon. And you can bang it and bang it and bang it, and Tim will still turn around the next day and go win the challenge. So what's he going to do this time? Is he going to be able to curtail that to where he won't be a challenge threat and people won't put that big X on him? Or is Steve going to tell him, dude, we need to win this challenge? It'll be interesting to watch, and his whole future in this game probably depends on how he handles that one situation. He's also known for getting a little hot-headed at times and popping off at people. He's made that mistake. He's made the mistake of leaving with an idol. I mean, there isn't very many mistakes he hasn't made. So hopefully he puts it all together and gets that monkey off his back like Steve Young did for the 49ers and can turn it around and finally be a force in the game instead of an afterthought. Now, the two captains. This is a good matchup here. Kenny Ellis, like I said before, if anyone knows how to make Kool-Aid and dish it out, it's Kenny. Kenny has played 2 straight seasons. The first time, I think he was probably his best cheerleader. And if you wanted to know who the best player in the game was, all you had to do was ask Kenny, and he'd tell you real quick he was. He didn't get very far. So supposedly he learned from that, came back the next season, last season, and wasn't going to make those mistakes. I think it's just in him. I think that's just him. He likes to make people drink the Kool-Aid. He likes to make fun of them. He likes to backstab them. And then last season he also got in a situation where he sort of wanted to leave an alliance because of it getting some unwarranted attention, but he had been tied to him the first time he played, and it was hard for him to escape that. What will he do this time? Probably more of the same. He's going to probably lie to your face. He's going to probably lie behind your back. He's going to probably have 50 alliances instead of one solid alliance and stick to it. Now, could he win? Yeah. If he figures out the right way to play and he gets to the end, he'd probably be pretty good with a jury. Will he win? He could. The last player, the last captain is Steve Kent. He was a Dream Team member last season. He's played before. He had a very good season during the Mod Squad season when I won. He was a very, very integral part of my success that season. He's awesome at challenges. He's smart. He's loyal. He had a bad rap before we started the Mod Squad season. A lot of people thought he was just a backstabber and he wasn't loyal to anybody. But actually, he was very loyal. So I think if he's with you, he's going to be loyal to you. Don't question it. If he's not with you, he's going to be a threat because he's going to be after you. He was probably the captain that had the worst reaction to the twist. If he lets that continue to bother him and continue to be a crutch and continue to be an excuse, he's not going to get very far. His own tribe will turn on him. Now, if he lets it go and says, okay, this is what I got, this is what I'm going to work with, and make alliances with players that maybe you did pick and you didn't get, then maybe at merge you're sitting pretty good. There's a lot that's going to have to happen for him to win, but it could happen. So I think he's the type of player this season. I think he could be the first one out, or he could win the whole thing, and it'll be fun to watch because he's entertaining, and he's not going to go down without a fight. If his name is on the line, get ready to feel the wrath. He's going to come after you. So that's our cast. The Dream Team is ready. The first challenge is tomorrow night, Sunday night, 9 p.m. Eastern in Survivor Whispers. Monday night is the first Tribal Council. You don't want to miss those. They're worth paying for, and we give them to you for free. It's going to be another great season. We're going to crown another champion at the end of it that deserves it. We've never had a champion that did not deserve to win their season, and it's going to be a lot of fun. We'll see you tomorrow night, 9 p.m., Sunday night, Survivor Whispers, our first immunity challenge. Going to be good.
Swing your body round and round, and then the night is going down. One more shot, another